Have you ever been to a 3D movie before? If you haven't, you're missing out on a pretty awesome experience. You know, when you show up to the movie theater, they hand you a set of glasses. You walk into the theater, and when the movie starts, you do something naturally. You put on the glasses. You know, when the movie begins to go, you start to see things in a brand new light. But if you are a natural human being, you have one tendency. That is, at some point during the movie, you will always do this. You'll flip your glasses up. You know, going to a 3D movie, when they hand you a set of lenses, it gives you a whole new way, a whole new dynamic, a whole new way of engaging in the movie. That's exactly what the gospel does in our lives. The gospel gives us a brand new set of lenses to which we see life. It gives us a brand new set of lenses to which we address and approach everything about life. In the first session of the Gospel Revolution, we are going to look at how the gospel gives us a new set of lenses to which we approach change. You know, there's two ways that we try to change as believers. The first one is what I call mechanical change or religious change. It's like this pile of rocks that I got around me right here. How do you make a pile of rocks grow? Well, the answer is pretty simple. You keep adding more rocks to it. You know, we do that a lot as believers. We think that the more we do, the harder we try, and that the better we are, maybe then God will approve of us. So we set a course out for our day. We think, man, maybe the more I read my Bible, God will love me and approve of me. The more I share the gospel with my friends at school, maybe then God will approve of me. The more visitations I go to with my friends on Tuesday night at church, maybe then God will approve of me. The more camps I go on, the more retreats I go on, the more mission trips I go on, maybe and surely then God will love and accept and approve of me. You know, what happens is that becomes incredibly draining on your life. It becomes a burden to you. And what the gospel does is the gospel gives you a brand new way of approaching change. The second type of change is organic change. It's change that happens from within. Let me ask you a question. How do you make a tree grow? Well, the answer is not by taking sticks and stapling it to something in the ground. No, it's by taking a seed and planting it in the soil. And eventually, that seed begins to have roots. And then, as those roots grow, it begins to bear fruit. That's change from within. That's gospel change. You know, the biggest difference between mechanical or religious change and organic change or gospel change is that religious change works for the approval of God, but gospel change works from the approval of God. Romans 12:1-2 says this, "Therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, I urge you to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual worship. Do not be conformed to this age, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Therefore, because God made him who knew no sin, Jesus, to become sin on my behalf. Why? So that in him, Jesus, we might become the righteousness of God. Now, because of that great truth, therefore, because of these great truths of Jesus in our place, now we go and live in obedience. Now we go and do. We're not working for the approval of God. We're working from the approval of God that we have in Christ Jesus. That's the beautiful thing about the gospel. It's not just a catchy phrase that we use day in and day out as we interact with our friends in our circles of influences and at school. It's a life-altering reality. The gospel changes everything, even the way we change.